As Central Texas continues its rapid growth, local educators say it's time for some schools to expand to keep pace. The bond measures on the ballot next month and what they'll cost.
And no rain chances over the next 7 days at least. We'll show you when that could change and the heat that comes first in First Warning Weather.
Both a major energy facility and a wastewater facility in southeast Austin would be in jeopardy should Austin see catastrophic flooding in the future.
That's according to the city of Austin. KXAN's Grace Reeder is live outside one of those facilities for us. Grace.
More than 200 suspected child sex predators arrested and charged. This is all part of a nationwide sweeping crackdown. Among them, James Christopher Hoyt from Austin. He's charged with distribution of material involving the sexual exploitation of children. Today, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel announced the arrests as part of Operation Restore Justice. It's a nationwide effort to catch alleged predators in the act of exploiting children online. The Attorney General is now offering a stark warning to parents.
This is so serious. Your child has no right to privacy on the internet. None. You have to monitor what your kids are doing.
And FBI Director Patel says some of the suspects were teachers, coaches, and law enforcement officials. The DOJ said 115 children were rescued as part of this operation. With President Trump's slew of tariffs coming on Wednesday, Gulf Coast shrimpers are hoping for some relief for their industry. The mayor of one struggling fishing village in Alabama tells NBC News he wrote the president for help. He says a flood of cheap imported shrimp is really killing local shrimpers, blaming low and non-existent tariffs. American shrimpers mostly sell domestically, making them less vulnerable to retaliatory tariffs. They're hoping higher prices on foreign shrimp could improve their business.
Going in depth, Louisiana started tracking sickle cell back in 2023, and the state found that of its 4.6 million residents, over 1,400 had to be hospitalized because of sickle cell that year. Those hospitalized skewed younger, with nearly a quarter in their 20s. The state also found 96% were black and the majority were female as well.
Now that school vouchers are signed into law, how could it impact special education? Why advocates are worried about added strain on public schools.
Plus, a new report reveals just how much Austin City Limits Music Festival contributes to the local economy. The money Austin's parks get out of the festival and what it pays for.
And into Not in My Backyard, how a bill before the Texas House could make it easier for cities to build and harder for neighbors to stop them.
The debate over the rights of transgender children continues in the Texas legislature. The impact the latest bill could have on schools, parents, and students.
In-depth, investigative. This is a KXAN News Update.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Texas lawmakers worked late into the night to keep the state funded for the next 2 years. Just before 3 o'clock this morning, the House passed a Senate funding bill on its second reading. That $337.4 billion budget did have a few sticking points. One of them is for public education. $7.7 billion in new money is headed toward public education. Another $1 billion going to education savings accounts. $400 million to school safety upgrades and $450 million headed to help reduce the cost of health insurance for teachers. Lawmakers also talked for hours about $51 billion in property tax relief. Some call it a win. Others say it actually doesn't go far enough.
I cannot go back to my district and say that with a $24 billion surplus, this is as much property tax relief we can do. So I urge you to vote against this budget. Thank you.
Just like everything we have before us, we have to weigh the good and the bad. There's a lot of good in this bill. There are some things that I don't agree with, but overall, 15% of this budget is dedicated to property tax relief.
The budget now has to pass one more vote in the House before moving back to the Senate. However, much of that discussion overnight focused on the nearly 400 amendments to the budget. One that passed came from Democratic Representative Ana Maria Rodriguez Ramos. She represents part of the Dallas area. The amendment calls for an audit of the Texas Education Agency and how it uses millions of dollars in funding. It received support from several other lawmakers, including Republican Representative Tony Tinderholt, who represents another part of North Texas.
In any agency that gets this large amount of money, Democrats and Republicans should agree with this, because we need TEA to be the most efficient, most effective organization in the state.
This is about protecting public dollars, restoring public trust, and upholding our responsibility to the people we serve.
The supplemental and general appropriations bill passed out of the House as well. The Texas Senate has passed a bill to speed up evictions against suspected squatters. It would require civil courts to act within 10 to 21 days after a property owner files to evict someone from their property. Landlords must give residents at least 3 days notice, and tenants can appeal an eviction. The bill's author, Republican Paul Betancourt, says Texans deserve the right to reclaim their property without delays, loopholes, or abuse. A similar bill passed in the House Judiciary Committee on Tuesday. Let's get a look outside. Freddie, what's going on?
Thank you very much, Avery. We take a look at temperatures right now. 85 degrees with the winds coming in at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny skies, and it's going to stay like that throughout the rest of the day today. In fact, as we zoom out a bit more for the rest of the state, no one is dealing with any type of cloud coverage or any rainfall at this time. A high pressure that's parked over us is definitely driving in some of the warmer temperatures. In fact, today we've upped our temperature to 90 degrees for a high. Everyone else should be at around 85 to 90 degrees. So keep that in mind if you're making any plans over the next couple of hours, because it looks like we definitely will hit at least 89 to 90 degrees. And I'll play this out over the next couple of days. No real big changes here. Even by 7 a.m. on Saturday, we'll continue to see clear skies out there. That continues with us throughout most of Saturday and into Sunday as well. We don't get any inkling of any cloud coverage until at least a Monday. That's the best chance we have to see partly cloudy skies. The other thing we want to remind everyone is we do have a wildfire risk for tomorrow of extreme out towards Mason, very high for the rest of the hill country, and then moves into high and moderate categories the closer as you get into the metro. And strong winds and low humidity, those are the two factors here, and that's one of the reasons why we play this out to Saturday at 1 p.m. Winds will start coming in from the south. We'll start to see wind gusts from 20 to 25 miles per hour, and it gets even gustier as we get out towards Sunday. We'll start the clock there at about 2:30. Notice wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 90 for today, 88 for tomorrow. First night of Passover. As we get into Sunday, 90 degrees. Monday, 91. And then another weak front will come in Monday into Tuesday. That'll take us down to 85 degrees on Tuesday, 87 as we get out towards Wednesday, and 91 as we get out towards Thursday. All right, folks, keep it here for the absolute latest. We'll have more coming up in about 30 minutes.
In-depth, investigative. This is a KXAN News Update.
A $532 million toll project could be coming to Williamson County, but not without some pushback from those that use Ronald Reagan Boulevard. The county recently approached Cedar Park and Leander, asking both city councils to support a traffic and revenue study by the Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority. This would determine how feasible it would be to add toll lanes. The county plans to expand the existing 4 lanes up to 8, and it says it needs help paying for those changes. If this partnership moves forward, at least 2 of those would be CTRMA toll lanes. Ronald Reagan Boulevard has been included in 5 road bond elections since the year 2000, the latest approved in 2023. Locals say they might have voted differently if they knew toll lanes would eventually be added to what's become a major arterial road.
So I think a community outreach would be extremely important for us to understand why they're seeking this user pay fee when we have given them millions of dollars in taxes.
We asked the county about that bond money. It said it's been used to build the existing road and that those lanes would stay untolled. The partnership with CTRMA would be for those new managed lanes. Cedar Park approved the study to move forward. Leander took no action. There's no timeline yet for when the results of that study would be ready. Happening overnight and into this morning, Athena the owl's second owlet hatched. Congrats to her. Now what you're seeing in this video, she did eat the eggshell. That's for calcium for mom there. She left the two babies for a bit, so we got a really good view of them here hanging out by themselves. She was off hunting. The first baby was born earlier this week. Today, Austin City Council member Paige Ellis is planning to name Athena the owl, who lives at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center, the official owl ambassador for Austin. Right after the break, we will get a look outside at your forecast.
All right, everyone, we take a look now at your current temperature, 87 degrees, and this is why we updated that high for today because, yeah, it's already pretty hot outside. 87 overall, winds coming in just under 5 miles per hour. As you can tell, it's not only us, it's pretty much everyone that's dealing with these beautiful sunny skies. Overall, I do anticipate for the sunny skies to remain over the weekend as well. As we've been looking at your high temperatures for today. Everyone should be in those upper 80s, low 90s now. But could we actually move to about 91, 92? That is still a possibility as well. I'll play this out over the next couple of days too. We'll keep it right here at 7:30 p.m. this afternoon or into this evening. Still clear skies. We get out to tomorrow morning, early in the morning, 7 a.m. Clear skies, and by tomorrow afternoon, same thing, clear skies. We do have a wildfire risk in the extreme category for tomorrow. That's for Mason County, into the very high category and high category, filling out the rest of the hill country itself, and into moderate as you get out towards the metro. One of the reasons why is obviously the stronger winds. We do expect for wind gusts to move anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour on Saturday. And as we get out towards Sunday, we expect wind gusts to be up to about 30 miles per hour plus. So keep that in mind as you make plans for the weekend. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 90 for today, 88 for tomorrow, 90 degrees for Sunday. As we get out towards Monday, 91 degrees. Another weak front arrives Monday into Tuesday, 85 by Tuesday, 87 by Wednesday, and by Thursday, 91 degrees. Folks, keep it here for the latest. We'll have more at 4 p.m. and on our website, kxan.com.